Hey, Sora, weren't you saying you were going shopping today?
Nah, it's way too hot. I don't feel like walking and carrying heavy bags. Sounds like a drag, so I bailed on that plan.
Well, when you put it that bluntly, it's kinda refreshing. Anyway, today I'm gonna tell you 3 things that will shock even a lazy Sora like you. Revealing surprising trivia about people from the Edo period.
Edo period? So, we're talking about Japan around 300 years ago. Right? What was so amazing?
First up, insane guts.
Insane guts? Oh, are we talking about the samurai?
Bingo! The samurai who went to battle didn't even use shields. Their motto was, charge ahead. No hesitation. They believed that defending yourself was for cowards. So, even if arrows were raining down on them, they'd shout, just a scratch, and keep moving forward.
Wait, with arrows sticking out of them? That's seriously insane.
Like zombies, right? But for the samurai, dying in battle was the ultimate honor. So even if they were outnumbered 10 to 1, they'd still yell, who cares, and rush right in.
That's like something straight out of a manga. Totally reckless.
And they did it for real. And if they failed, they had to cut their stomach open, seppuku, right on the spot. In that world, there was no room for mistakes, so they gave it their all every time.
Whoa, the pressure must have been insane. Nowadays, we'd be like, it's okay. You'll get it next time. But back then, they'd just go straight for the belly cut. Terrifying.
Right? But in the code of the samurai, that was considered cool. There's no way that kind of thing would fly today. And it wasn't just the samurai. Even people in other jobs had incredible determination. Take farmers, for example. No matter how tough things got, they powered through it. During famines, they'd sacrifice their own food to protect their families and villages. These days, if it's too hot, people hesitate to even go shopping. But back then, they'd push through like it was just another day.
Why do I have a bad feeling about where this is going?
Haha, don't be scared yet. Next up is the high literacy rate.
Wait, you're telling me people in the Edo period could read and write?
That's right. Education was actually pretty widespread back then. Even commoners went to small schools called terakoya to learn reading and writing.
Even commoners? I always thought the social classes were super strict back then. But education was available to everyone?
Yup. Especially in the cities, about 70 to 80% of kids went to these schools. Meanwhile, in Europe around that time, the literacy rate was about 30%. So, compared to that, Edo Japan was ahead.
Wow, that's impressive. Maybe I should study a little more too?
Whoa, did Sora just say she's gonna study? I gotta write this down.
Knock it off with the memo.
And finally, the superhuman stamina of the people back then.
Superhuman? How super are we talking here?
For example, there were these guys called hikyaku, couriers, who delivered messages. They ran from Edo to Osaka, about 500 kilometers, about 310.7 miles, in just a few days.
500 kilometers? That's like a marathon. So they were running 50 kilometers a day or something.
Exactly. Even modern marathon runners would be amazed by their stamina.
Wait, how did they even manage to keep up that kind of stamina?
It was just their daily routine. Even grandmas in the countryside would carry 60 kilogram, about 132.3 pounds, sacks of rice with one hand.
Grandmas carrying rice sacks with one hand? What are they, Saiyans or something?
Right? Just like I said earlier, Edo period folks were tough as nails. They had crazy stamina and strength. So nobody was complaining about heavy shopping bags.
Yeah. I really shouldn't have asked.
Haha, well, times were different back then. But, hey, next time you feel like being lazy, Just remember this story, it might give you a little extra motivation.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna do my best.
Aha doesn't really sound convincing. Coming from someone munching on a bag of chips.
What are you talking about? I'm eating these with gratitude for the farmers who grew these potatoes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next video.
See you in the next video.
If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe.